Hey, Panther families and freshmen. This is Mrs. Anaya checking in with you guys again here towards the end of September to kind of share some tips that I'm hoping is going to be helpful as we move into the month of October. Now that we are settled in and we are moving along in the school year. Okay, so first off, I want to touch base on grades. Teachers have started inputting grades. You should be able to see what your student has at the moment by using Skyward. All parents and families have a username and password so that they can access the family access component of our Skyward grading system. You can check grades and attendance there whenever you like. Teachers usually update grades every week or every other week. It just kind of depends and it varies from teacher to teacher. But if you go to the Wenatchee High School homepage and then scroll down just a bit, there are some options. And one of them says Skyward Login. With your username and password, you can enter the system and again view grades and attendance. You can see a list of missing work if your student has any, and you can also go into each class and view, the work that your student has been doing, the grades they've been receiving on these assignments, and then their overall grade in that class. And if you have any questions, I would encourage you to touch base with the teachers directly. We do ask that you please give us 24 or 48 hours to get back to you with some feedback because we have a lot of students in our building and we have very full classrooms at the moment. So there's a lot going on for our teachers at any given moment. So your patience and flexibility really means a lot when we're trying to manage all the things that are coming our way. But if you don't have your username or password for Skyward, please feel free to give our main office a call, and I have the number listed right here. It's 509-663-8117, and they can give you your username and password to get into the family access component of Skyward. Okay, we think that this is super important. I encourage you guys again to be doing this once a week with your student or every other week, or at the very least once a month, so that you can make sure that your student is on track and again loop around if they're needing any support, because at this stage, 9th grade and beyond, passing grades equal credits and students need credits to graduate. So we really want your student to be engaged and successful. This brings us to my next topic of discussion, which is the tutoring center. It is now open, it is up and running, and is located in our Pathway Center, which is our old library entrance. It's right across from the auditorium. And students can access tutoring support in any of our core subject areas. All students are welcome. And I have some times here where the tutors are available, Tuesday through Thursday, or I believe it's Tuesday through Friday. They're available in the mornings from 8:10 to 8:40 for some before school support. I just encourage students to not be late to their first period class and make sure that they're checking out on time. After school, they're available Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. And again, we have tutors in there who are able to support any and all students in all of their core subject areas. So I highly encourage students who might have some questions on some of their assignments or needing a little bit of additional support, in addition to asking their teachers and finding out what resources they have to share, or additional supports, to be using our tutoring center to get that extra help with whatever they're needing. Okay, it's a really amazing resource, and I hope students are taking advantage of that opportunity. All right, which brings me to parent-teacher conferences. Those are right around the corner. Those happen in the month of October, the end of the month of October, and I have some dates and times for you. So I would love for you guys to add these to your calendars. We would love to see you all here connecting with our teachers in person along with your students. Students are very welcome to attend. It's actually a pretty positive thing, so they can be part of the conversations and talk about, the things that are going well, so we can give them, that positive feedback and praise that they are earning and deserve. And if things are not going so well, they can be part of the conversation to identify some of the things that maybe we can try differently, or some supports that we can put in place to help them feel more successful. So having students and parents there, it's a really big positive, and we hope that you can all attend. We have 2 days for in-person conferences. One of them will go into the evening, and the other one will be during the normal school day. Students will not have class on these days. But if you would rather do like an online virtual meeting, we will have an option for that on Friday morning. But more details with specific links to each of the teachers and some times will be coming in the coming weeks. So we hope we can see you all there. Attendance is a big one. If a student misses school for illness, an appointment, for whatever reason, they have 48 hours to get that absence excused. And parents, you guys need to be the ones calling in to excuse those. And you can call, you can text, or you can send an email to our attendance office, and I put all the information here so that you can let our attendance office know that your student was out for a specific reason or will be out. I do encourage students to be communicating with their teachers whenever they are going to be missing class, whether it's, they were just sick one day, or if it's kind of a prearranged type absence deal. We want students to, practice advocating for themselves and working on taking some ownership of that work that they miss, so that they are not only getting the work they missed, but they're completing it and they're submitting it within the time that their teacher has specified. So please encourage your students to be communicating with teachers whenever they miss class, so that they are not falling behind, okay? Even though an attendance is excused, it does not excuse them from the work that is being done in class. They have to make that up, okay? And the teachers are absolutely the best person to help them figure out what that is and how long they have to complete it, okay? And also, just a note, if you are pulling your student out during the school day, please remember that we do not call into classes. We don't want to interrupt the learning environment to get your student out for an appointment. So we need advanced notice. Please let us know at least an hour before so that we can send a note out for your students so they know when to leave, or even call, at the beginning of the school day, maybe even the day before, so we can have that ready for them to go. But we do not call into classes to pull kids out in that moment, because we don't want to be disrupting the learning environment. So please let us know in advance. All right, and a few quick reminders as I get to the end here. I do want to encourage you and students, especially students, to be practicing checking their emails on a regular basis. I recommend at least once a day, because there's a lot of communication coming out that I don't want them to miss. There are, some notifications that are just automatic due to like Canvas assignment submissions and whatnot, and they can obviously do what they need to do with those. But I do connect with students through email frequently, and there's a lot of important information about school events and other activities that we want them to stay in the loop on. So please encourage them to check their emails at least once a day. Encourage your student to get involved. Okay, I've mentioned this a couple times, and I will keep mentioning it because I think it's a very important component of being a student here at Wenatchee High School. We want them to find clubs and activities and different things to get involved in. So we have that information listed on the Wenatchee High School Counseling website. There is a clubs tab, so they can see what is currently available, where they meet, and who the advisor is for that club, so that they can pick something new and hopefully try it out. I'm encouraging students to ask questions often, whether they are asking their teachers in person or whether they're shooting them an email to get that feedback until they're comfortable asking in person. But we want them to be touching base with teachers, letting them know if they're struggling with a concept, with an assignment, or needing that additional support. We would love to know that so that we can step in and offer that support. And utilizing the tutor center whenever possible, even if they want to use it as a space to go and get some work done and know that there's someone there that can offer some help if they need it. Please utilize that tutor center. They're there to help. And one more thing, October 28th, we're having our freshman screener here at Wenatchee High School, and that is an opportunity for all freshmen to take an optional mental health check-in. We like to connect with students and know how they're doing, and we hope that they are feeling up to checking in with us, giving us some feedback on how they're doing academically and just kind of emotionally. And if we see that any students are struggling a bit, we will have some community supports here on site that will be doing check-ins with your student, and then we will follow up with you as parents to let you know that they had the opportunity to meet with somebody. And of course, as always, if there is anything of concern, we will be communicating that out to you as well. So again, the optional freshman screener is coming up on October 28th. And just to reemphasize that attendance matters and grades matter. We really want your student to be here at Wenatchee High School. We really want them to be successful, and we are here and ready to help support your student with their success in any way possible. So we want them here engaged and asking questions so that we know where to step in when needed. And that brings me to the end of this month's check-in. Thank you for giving me a couple minutes of your time. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And I hope you guys all have a great weekend. I'll see you in October's check-in. Thanks.